My name is Gavin Monocore. Some of you know my YouTube channel is called Rotally Devil 767. Some of you know as my TikTok of Iron Wolf. And I want to make this very clear. Whoever watches my TikToks and stuff, I posted sad and depressing things. Reason I made those, it was on my Snap. And whoever has my Snapchat, or is my friends on Snapchat, will see why. And those are the particular reasons I'm making this video right now. There are 3 reasons you should know about me if you don't. 1. I'm very tempted if you fucking betray me, or you left me to have to deal with my depressions or my fucking demons. 2. If you ever land a finger on either Seth, Ash, Logan, or Josh, or anyone else I know of, I will do the unspeakable thing and make you the 5th or 6th person on the list I sent to the hospital during my Tennessee days in Clarksville. Number 3. I am a very depressing person. I'm unstable with emotions and stuff. And the third thing, on that third, number 3, I have a very unstable body. I can do no hands out of control whatsoever. But my mother and my other family members help me to control it. But every day I go to the fucking Winslow High School. I've been dealing with my depressions, suicidal thoughts, and think I'm cutting my hands or cutting my wrists. But if you ever thinking of trying to talk to me, don't. Because I'm not in my fucking great mood if I'm not in a talking mood. And if you ever thinking, why you're such a bad person, why you're the monster, why you're the villain, because I'm fucking unstable. I cannot control my anger once in a while. Sometimes I go to the bathroom and break my fucking hand off. And that's being me under control. Last time I lost control of my anger, I sent 4 kids to the hospital. It was self-defense, but I lost my anger during that time. Because 4 kids, I'm not going to mention the names, were during the Tennessee event. It had a broken bottle with a sharp edge on it like most bottles do. A crowbar, iron chains, and a knife. All those would have broken noses, ribs broken, and one of them got stabbed in the leg, one of them got chained up by his own chain, and the other just got the bottle thrown away in the garbage. Other things. I'm just having a rough time. If you're going to be there to support me and my emotions, you better help me. I swear to God, I'm not gonna deal with fucking assholes who are gonna leave me behind. And trust me, I'm already dealing with people who would leave me behind to die. Trust me, I know the stuff I've been through. You don't know half of my story. You don't. I've been dead twice in a row by poisoned by my enemies. And trust me, I am still alive because my mother and my grandmother are praying on my soul that I can go to heaven. But I'm tempting to go to hell because all the things I have in my mind are about to explode and about to kill myself. And trust me, when I think about suicidal thoughts, either I'm doing the bathroom, jumping off the bridge, or killing myself in any possible way. But if you're not going to there to support me, stay the fuck out of my life. I'm dead serious. If you there gonna check on me, or be there, or gonna see what I'm gonna fucking do, leave me alone. If I left any friend group there is a possible I might be in, there's a chance I'm gonna be a fucking depressed kid who's gonna be alone, enter of life, who's gonna die alone. And I'm gonna be proud of that because I'm dealing with fucking 50 friends in my life. Trust me, I'm not dealing it again. If there's anything you have to say it to my face or don't go near me. Because I can't handle with enough pressure on me because I have, in my imagination, a gun pointed in my head is about to go off and make me go suicidal. I'm done giving people second chances. I'm actually done. Last person to give second chance was back in Montana, and he blew his head off. I give him a second chance to work things out. I help him the best I can. And he told me straight in the dead eyes he couldn't handle it because he can't stop doing the fucking drugs. I destroy every single drug in his house, including anyone else's he's gonna use on himself. Because I am smart in clever ways that can help someone without them knowing it. I help a girl and now he's dead because some fucking teacher who molested. Yeah, there's gonna be fucking bad people who are gonna do bad fucking things. I managed to send that person to jail, and he got some shank by the parents and the uncles. Were actually some of those kids were not enlisted. Fucking Christ, why am I fucking doing this? No one's gonna believe me because everyone's gonna think I'm a fucking liar. Whoever's watching these, do me a favor. If you're either who's ever actually gonna care about me, blow my fucking head off. Because I'm done with this stupid world. I'm done with the people in it. I'm done with everyone's coming at each other's throats. I'm done. I'm done. I'm at my fucking last straw. Sure, I'm getting good grade. I'm an honor roll student, even though there's no fucking reason about it. And I have some good friends and family members. But I'm fucking at my last straw here. To be honest, I'm not sure that anyone cares about me anymore. I feel like I'm alone again, like like last year. I'm not gonna speak of it. Right now, I'm dealing with my depression and my demons. They're telling me to kill myself over and over and over and over again. And I'm trying to fight them off every single day because they remind me of the depths I saw around me. My grandfather, my best friend, my other best friend, and other people around me. I've been looking at my demons the entire time on everyone's faces. And this time, they're getting my last nerve and I'm about to kill myself. Not physically, but emotionally. Every day I go to that school. If you see me smiling, that's a fake smile. If you hear me laughing, that's a fake laugh. I've been showing my fakeness the entire time. Trust me, you want to see my fake self than my real self. Because my real self is a fucking broken person on the inside and out. Whoever's watching this, I'm gonna be surprised whoever actually does watch this. There's very few people who actually subscribe and watch these videos. If you see my other playlists, there's Broken Hearts, something like that. It's just my depression's kicking in. But there is a free playlist of random music. It has the playlist is called Anything It Has in It or something like that. I can't remember, but I probably won't change it like to the random songs or something. But whoever's watching this, I'm gonna say this once. I'm probably gonna say it again later in the future. Either you're gonna help me from finding my demons, or you're gonna stay with your own friends and never deal fucking with me. That's my that's your choice, not mine. Everyone in this world has their own choices. Some people don't, some people do. In my life, in my entire life, I never get a fucking choice. Right now, I'm choosing to live or die. And dying part is getting a little stronger than the living part. What is their living point? Sure, I have one dream, just one dream, own my own bar, and that's it. There's no backup dreams, there's no other plans. Simple as that, there it goes. Ash, Seth, Logan, John, Rowan, Josh, anyone else is watching this. You are my very, very close friends I care about. Because all your futures have changes. Everybody's future changes. Even the bad ones. Yeah, I can see bad futures and good futures sometimes. I can see people who reincarnate into this world. Even though this world sucks, their past reincarnations were interesting, I would say. Seth has a strong future ahead of him. He has a couple of kids, 5 part-time jobs. He's pretty good at piano. If he keeps practicing, he might become a great musician or something. But anyone else's futures is different. Some people have good futures, some people have bad futures, some people have average. It is depend on their life choices and the decisions they make. And everyone in this world has a decision, and either is a good decision, average, or bad decision. Good decision makes the right choices and the right moves. Average means either you make a wrong move but you made a right decision or right choice. But the bad one is choosing all bad ones, and that's it. If there's anything you want to talk to me in my face, I am a great listener. I can understand people's pain, how they've been through, what they've been through. I mean, to be honest, I just maybe want to help some people. Not all people, but some. If I can help some people, then those some people will help more people, and more people will help each other out. If that could be possible in this world, that'd be great. But now I'm just sitting here by myself in my room every single day after school, before school, and after school. Because I have no other friends to hang out with, to be honest. The only chances I do hang out with my friends either is Saturdays or just at school. But now I'm just thinking of what should I do with my other life. But now, either hurting myself or just moving on. But now I just want to choose to move on because there's no point of doing it. Whoever actually watches these videos, check out my TikTok account. It is the @ symbol with an A and a 0 or something. Iron Wolf. And then you probably see like a blue wolf or something. That is my TikTok account. You can check it out. It's maybe interesting, but it has some sad, depressing things about it. But sometimes it tells the truth once in a while or so. And there are some good people on TikTok. Depends if you choose the right ones. Sometimes. But whoever follows me on Facebook or TikTok or something else, it is your choice to either help me physically, emotionally, or both. But if you don't want to choose helping me, that is your choice. I'm not forcing you. I'm not angry at you. Sometimes I might get a little angry sometimes, but I won't get fully angry. I'm to be honest, I'm not sure what I am, to be honest. But sure, I said some terrible things, but oh well, it's me. It's the new me, I guess. Everyone changes in this world. Good people become bad people. Bad people become good people. The poor people become greedy and die. Wealthy become the smart and respectful choices. But not everyone else's is the same or something like that. If there's ever a good person in anyone's life, just respect them and do the best you can to help them out. I am Gavin Michael Corey, and this is my truth about myself and the way I did it. Back in Tennessee, it was in Clarksville. I actually remember what part of town I was. When I moved there, everything was great and stuff. I made some good friends, made some bad friends and stuff. This is before I came back from Maine and Montana and stuff. This is like last year, months ago, or 2 years, months ago. Oh no, 2 years. I lost track. In the past 5 months during Tennessee, it was actually 2 months. I'm trying my best to remember. I just have short-term memory, so I'll just go along with my story. It's been 2 months or so, and when I was being treated brutally by my step parents Tara and Jay Norman. My mother and I thought they were good people, but to be honest, they were the worst people. They treated the kids horrible. They are the worst. They drink, they smoke, and they actually affected the children and the teenagers and adults around them. During my times, I actually started helping around the kids at Tennessee Pinewood, Clarksville. It was in 7th grade. The second time I've been 7th grade, and I've been helping around to make sure no one else is get bloody mess and stuff. But this is one kid. I'm just gonna name him Brad or something, or Chad or something. And he was a short-tempered kid, kind of like me, but mine is more like a tick, 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 like a bomb thing. Anyways, he was very short-minded, but he was very clever. But he's in a different bad family. Like I was kind of in a different bad. Anyways, one day he actually snapped. He had somehow the police in that Clarksville were not doing their job right, and he pulled out a knife out of nowhere. He was gonna try to kill one of the teachers, like stab that person to death or something. Next thing I do, I got on my Steve and I ran at him quick. I just sorry ma'am, I beat the living shit out of him. Dislocated his right shoulder, threw away the knife, but he's trying to stab me with his knife, with his left hand, with his left arm and left hand and stuff. So the second I knew, I deflected it, went to his right leg, and it looked like it hurt. Then the next thing I know, I just pushed my full force into his nose and broke it. Then he literally slipped in it and landed on the door face first on it and just dragged some blood on it a little bit. I told the teacher, or the teachers, I think it was two of them, told the teachers that get some bandages and some stitches and some rope. They got that. I took care of the wounds and stuff because, well, I know some medical things. And during that time, I almost went to trial or court or something like that. But I happily apologized for my actions. I told them why. The parents who actually was raising that kid were reasonable. I was going to say reasonable because they were understandable, I think, is to be treating them wrongly, and they actually finally understand of their actions. So they sent him to boot camp, and I guess they thanked me for teaching him a good lesson and stuff. And Chad actually came back to school. He was fresh cut, looked nice, and he looks respectable. And he actually came to me and shook my hand and saying thank you for putting my head straight, even though I wasn't great. I told him this, it's fine. It was self defense, and I was trying to help the teacher and maybe help you a little bit. Then, about 5 weeks after that, his four buddies didn't respect that because they rather have the old him than the new version of him. Next thing they knew, well, I knew, four of his buddies surrounded me. The kid, Chad wasn't there to see it because, well, they want to keep his legacy alive or so. What were girls like? Something like this. Each of them have a different weapon. One had a broken ball, one had iron chains. It was actually about as long as a school table and stuff. And the others have a crowbar and a knife. Symbols that I use their own weapons against each other. I used the iron chain to wrap one of them. The knife went into one of their legs by trying to pull it out by knocking out before he did it. The others were like just broken noses, this little kid or chokers, and maybe break their ribs a little bit. Went to trial the second time, court or something like that, and say I'm sorry. I say I'm sorry. I kind of explain my apology and why I did it because it was self-defense because they had like weapons and stuff. But for each of the four goons or his buddies, the parents were, I don't want to say not reasonable because they don't believe me how I managed to defend myself against four people with not with weapons. Excuse me. And when they actually look at when they look in the school building camera footage, they actually believe me, and I actually didn't receive any compensation because well it's their money, they should keep it because well I'm being respectable. And both of them actually sent to be actually now I think about it, all four of them were 18-year-olds, and all four of them went to jail for it. So I sent each of them apology note, a letter to them because I explained why I shouldn't do it and stuff. But then day after that, they actually all four of them sent their apology notes to me from jail, and I just accept them who they're trying to be now. They're actually getting better in society. I actually got some phone calls from them once in a while or so. Yeah, what else? During Tennessee, it's the third month during that time, and there was this one girl, her name was, I can't remember her name, but she passed away, she committed suicide because of some of them, I'm trying to explain what happened during that time. Her name, I think I'm going with Jessica, I'm gonna say. And, let's say, she was she was a very smart student, very clever, and she was pretty, and she was nice to everyone. But she actually had a dark secret. A good teacher, they don't know. Turns out the school building didn't know what teacher the students were getting molested. But there was this one student be talking, and that'll be Jessica, the one I've been talking to for a while. And she actually told me the truth about her dark secret. And I actually hug her and talk to the police and convince them if I have enough evidence or so, and have her be the witness and stuff, then the guy can be in jail for the rest of his life. But the cops won't agree to me with those terms. But I did it by myself, like always. And during that time, I collected some evidence, figured out some sources and stuff. Trust me, it's a lot of research. You don't want to get to it because it's very messy. Um, Other than that, so it turns out the teacher, I'm gonna call him Mr. D. Mr. D. I'm gonna call him that because he's a total dick there at that time. Mr. D actually meant lesson not just girls but also boys as well, and that actually got me thinking, why the fuck he be doing this? And turns out he has a dark past, as much as worse than hers, worse than mine, I guess. I think would, but during that time, Jessica actually gave me a big kiss. I was surprised of that because I was just helping her out and trying to understand her story. And she kissed me on the cheek and whispered in my ear, saying thank you for your help. And she gave me my old Bible back, which is like a blue Bible. It's the King James version of the Bible. I prefer that one because it's a little more true story. Then, after 24 hours, she committed suicide. Wrist cut. She died in the bathtub. She actually left a recording a while back or so, and she confessed that the teacher she's been molested by is the person who started it all. I had enough evidence. I sent that person to jail, and the guy actually swore he's gonna come back to finish the job, and as he's gonna be coming after me. But one thing he doesn't know that during this time when he was molesting one of the boys, like most of the boys and girls he'd been traveling, actually most of those relatives, like the uncles and aunts and stuff, and their cousins and brothers and sisters, some of them were actually in that prison he went to. Next thing you know, 2 days later, he got shanked in the first place. And the cop, actually, the person I actually sent the evidence to, was actually the one who actually told me the story what happened in prison, and I just go like, well, that guy deserved it. Because, well, he's a fucking asshole and a bad person. And I just pray for that girl's soul to go in heaven and stuff. Then another time during Tennessee, I actually died twice. And I'm not talking about emotionally, I mean physically. Somebody poisoned my food. I didn't notice it until they actually poisoned, reacted very quickly. To me, it was 5 minutes, and I actually saw death. He was very interesting. He had like a weird office desk or so, give it a take, but I can't remember what details there is. I don't remember his face and what he does for sometimes. Then 5 minutes, then maybe less than a minute as well, I felt a cold shoulder on my right shoulder, and something pulled me back and put it back in my body. I didn't know who that was, but I'm grateful I was still alive during that time so I can figure out who the hell poisoned me. And that person disappeared about a week ago. Second time during Tennessee, I was in the hospital, getting diagnosed if I'm going to recover or not. Depends if I'm going to fight, if I'm going to keep fighting or not. And I did recover, but the same guy who poisoned my food came back and poisoned the jello as well. Then I died again, but it took 10 minutes, but in reality, it actually took me 10 hours. It was 10 hours. And it was a slow acting poison. It was a slow acting poison, and I actually saw death again, and death was a little bit irritated, but I understand why I came back to the app between, I guess. But he had his reapers, as in the ones who collect the souls and send them to either hell or heaven, depends on the souls of goodness or something. So, after that, I felt another cold shoulder, and then put back in my body again. guy actually poisoned my food was Miami back in the Pinewood School. So that guy got in jail plus shanked, and now every time I think about it, I'm trying to figure out who was that person who saved my life again. And I'm very grateful to that person. I am actually grateful for that person. Because without that person's help, I could not be here talking this story, I guess. So, yeah, that's my story in Tennessee. Here's another story I have for Montana. Some of you might know this, some of you don't. So during my time when I was exploring the town and stuff, there was this one nut job. They call him Crazy Billy. And I'm probably like, yeah, it's because he's crazy and stuff. So one day I was walking down, going head to this bar. I know, get myself over to Rogers. When I was walking, this crazy guy coming down the street about, I'm gonna say south, because the town was very small, and he was yabbling about there's gonna be a huge horde about something, and he didn't specifically say what horde it was. And I asked him, "Hey, who was that person or whatever was yelling about?" And the person I asked, and he's like, "Oh, that's just crazy Billy being nonsense again." And I didn't think about it too much lately because, well, it's a small town and I'm still getting used to it. But the very interesting about it is when I got my Roy Rogers and head back to my aunt's house when I used to live, a horde of cows came through town faster than Snoop Dogg's TV show or something. And trust me, they were steaming alright. I climbed the nearest thing. It was the very high point, and I literally just climbed it fast, and hopefully didn't spill my drink because, well, I paid like good bucks for it because it only cost me like 10, 15 bucks for it. Then cows went by, the whole town was shaken up, everyone was confused, and Crazy Bob came out of nowhere again, saying he was telling the truth this time, and once in a while, so the town believed him, and the whole town was just surprised he was actually telling the truth because I heard some stories he was been lying. He said he'd been abducted by aliens. Sometimes people did get abducted by aliens, but don't actually believe some of them. And most of the time, I believe his stories because, well, his stories are interesting. Got some good jokes from there as well. What else? During that time, there was this kid. I'm gonna call him Jimmy. I'm gonna call him Jimmy. So Jimmy was a very interesting kid. He had trouble with parents, had trouble lifestyle, I guess, and was kind of situation. It was a almost same situation as me. I have trouble with some people, but I mean used to. I asked him a couple questions like what's wrong, how you doing, how you feeling. He answered my questions very carefully and explained what the hell's going on and stuff. And I go like, well, here's the deal. Your life is gonna get better in the future. Depends on your life choices. And I explained to him a couple things about life, about being hell and stuff. And him and I actually got along very well. We just became friends about 2 or 3 days, give or take. And I was like 14 during that time. I think I was 13 during that time. And what else? Yeah, and then one day he didn't come to school. I asked the homeroom teacher about it, and she didn't know where he was, so I got worried about it, and hopefully he didn't like blow himself up, and I actually feared the worst. Next thing I knew, when I got the news about his death, I just went full freaking um introvert mode. No one who dares talk to me because of my state, and I was in my worst state ever during that time. Trust me, it was not fun having a state like that. But during that time, I started having these bad dreams. These bad dreams were starting to affect me physically, I would say. I've been having trouble sleeping. I've been drinking too much soda. Like, it's been one fucking nightmare after the other. And I feel guilty because I shouldn't help him more. But now, every time I think about it, it's just one fucking nightmare after the other. Yeah, but anyways. I was surprised. I went to his funeral. I paid my respects. Him and I had a favorite drink of ginger ale. So I went to his grave in the middle of the night. I got one can for me and one can for him. I poured the whole can for him on his grave because in some lores, if you pour a drink on someone's grave, they'll have it in their afterlife. I did that, and I actually felt great about myself having him as my friend and have him of his best life as well. And me and him are the most cool kids, I guess, what people say. But sometimes I just want to forget about being cool. I just want to have to go through I don't want to go through another day. And now here's the story when I got back. When I came back from Montana to, I would say, May. So I got back from Montana. I was living in my very, very old house, Woodsideville, Augusta. There's people who moved in, but let us stay there until we find ourselves an apartment or something. And we actually did find us an apartment. My grandpa Joe, Joseph Skiskobi, great grandpa. He actually was a father figure to me, and he actually taught me some things about life and how to get through it. And he was the closest thing like a father to me to anyone else. And I never have a father. Sure, I have a biological father, but he was never around. Never once in my life. I just don't care about that. During our time together, I just feel like there's something going on with him. And I ask him why he's been in the hospitals lately, and he explained to me that he has an infection going on around here. And that just gave me the worries because I don't want him to die early because he's in like he is 43 years old, and he has his pet dog named Wolf Dakota, but we call him Dakota because it's more sense. And I love him plus Joe a lot because both of them are like my family members. I never really got to know better. Otherwise, when I was in May, when I was starting going to Winslow High School, um, it was freshman year, and it was during the exams of freshman, like the exams, like you go to when you go to the next level of sophomore, or freshman, or juniors, or something like that. Joe passed away. That was the day I fucking lost it. I mean, not gonna like crying out. Like I did some crying my balls out. I mean, accidentally broke the cup in my hand, and I just stay in my room for the rest of my life. Sure, I went to school and acted normal and stuff, but that was not me. It never was. Because now I feel like I'm alone again. Right back to start. And now I'm telling this story because whoever's watching this now knows why I am such a asshole, dickhead, but being isolated. It is your choice to make. I'm not forcing you. I'm not forcing anyone. Sure, I might say some bad things once in a while or so, but that's just I became, I guess. I'm just trying to get over that. It is your choice to make in this world. Make the best life of it. Just don't betray your friends. Don't stab in the back. Don't let them when they're having the worst moments of your life or their lives. Just don't. It is going to regret it for the rest of your life. And trust me, when I say it's going to regret it, it will be regretful. Trust me. I know that feeling. I've been through it 12 times in a row. If you ever feel I would say guts or balls or something like that to talk to me, it is your choice to talk to me or not. Everyone has a choice to make in this world. I just said not too long ago I'm done giving people second chances. I'm gonna give everyone one last chance in life. One last, and that's it. No second chances, not third chances, or fourth or fifths. One last chance, and that's it. Because I want to give people second chances. I want to give some of them, the people I made enemies with, I want them to give me a second chance or so. If you don't believe me, fine, that's your choice. But sometimes you have to listen of their darkest passes and stuff. I'm Gavin Corey. My TikTok is Iron Wolf. Come watch it. It's pretty interesting sometimes. YouTube channel Holy Devil 767. Pretty obvious, pretty easy. And just the make of the best life you can. Just be yourself. Be your best self ever. And just go through life. Even when it's hard or worse days, just go with it. Just be yourself more. Support others. Help each other out. Don't get tied to each other's throats. If you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, just support them the best way you can and just care for them the best way you can. Because you might don't know they might be your soulmates, because everyone has a soulmates in this world. Sorry about my pronouncing. Everyone has a soulmate in this world. They don't know which one who is. It's random. It's sometimes like a gambling thing, like you're playing dice or something. Just do the best you can for yourself and the person you care about, or persons close. Just be yourself. I'm trying to be my old self, but it's hard because of my depression and stuff. Just remember, I'm not the same person. I might be different. I might sound different. If you choose to want to be friends with me, that's your choice. Just do me a favor. If anyone else actually is a crazy psychopath killer, you know where to find me. Gavin Curry, signing out. Have a lovely day. Tomorrow, if you're in Winslow High School, tomorrow's future day. You are going to a college that you choose, or the two other choices. If you're in a group called the SUMCC or the SMCC, let's just have the best moment of our lives during that field trip. We might learn some things. My future is owning my own bar, and sometimes your future comes true if you have the right knowledge and stuff. Gavin Mike Corey, sign out and have a lovely day, people. Be yourself and just care for others and care about yourself as well. Don't be like me, being depressed and being an asshole. Just be yourself in your own way. Just be yourself. And have a nice day. And I do care about people. I just don't show it.